Hi everyone, it's Alana here with Sixthreezero. Today I'm going to show you how to mount a women's electric bike. So mounting a bike seems like a pretty intuitive thing, but it can be a little tricky, especially if you're short like me or you haven't ridden a bike in a really long time. And especially with an e-bike, there are a few things that you want to be aware of. So to start, you want to make sure that the bike is off. If you try to mount the bike while it's on and you accidentally hit the throttle, the bike will lurch forward and you might fall or scratch your bike, which is even worse. And it's happened to me. So just make sure before you start, your bike is off. So right now my bike's off. And next, and this is a tip we got from one of our users, is that you always want to make sure you're mounting from the left side so you can grip the front brake as you mount. So kickstand up, front brake engaged so the bike can't move while you're mounting. And then with a women's bike, typically they have a lower top tube. A women's bike or any bike that's labeled as a step-through bike has a lower top tube so that you can do just that, step through. So typically you would get on like so, just stepping through. Now I'm in position to ride. I can just hop on and start pedaling. So that is the first easiest way to get on your bike. I'll show you another tip. If you are on the shorter side like me, one thing you can do, same thing, brake engaged, left side, is tilt the bike towards you and step over. That's gonna make it a lot easier if you have short legs. Or if you just wanna step through and your top tube is a little higher. Some bikes have an even lower top tube. So for example, the Every Journey, the top tube goes even lower to the ground, so it's even easier to step through. And then our last tip is something you want to do if you are with a group of really cool people and you just want to show off how good of a bike rider you are. So with this one, it's a little trickier and it took me a few tries to master. And I'm not recommending this as a method of mounting your bike, but if you're adventurous, you can give it a go. So you start with your pedal in the lowest position. Get it there. So right there is good. And for this one, you're not going to have the brake engaged because you're going to want to start moving right away. So to walk you through the steps before I start, and also to mentally prepare myself, you are going to put your weight on this left pedal, swing your right leg around the back, and from there just start pedaling. And I think it's easiest if you just stand and get some momentum going before you sit down. We'll see. So for the first time, here we go. Ready? Oh yeah. Easy. Motor's off, can turn it on now. So, I'm sure after seeing how cool I look doing that, you're gonna wanna try it. But just remember to be careful, wear your helmet, especially if you're on an electric bike, and start with the motor off. Another way to mount your bike too, which I didn't mention, if you don't have a step-through frame or a lower frame, And if you're just like flexible, you can always swing your leg over the back like that. And same, it does make it easier if you have the brake engaged. Yeah, let's see, any other tips? I think that's it. So once you mount your bike, so you're positioned over your bike, you can go ahead and turn it on. And then when you want to start pedaling with the e-bike, I find it much easier to get going than with a regular bike because I just use the throttle. So I don't even worry about the pedals. The throttle gets me going and I don't have to worry about catching my balance because the faster you move, the easier it is to stay balanced. So from here, I would just sit, kickstand up, and throttle. I don't even have to hit the pedals. Now, if it's your first time riding an e-bike and you don't feel comfortable hitting the throttle right away, you can, of course, just start pedaling like a regular bike. One thing you want to do is I like to have the pedal here at about 45 degrees from the ground just to give me a little leverage so I can start pedaling right away and catch my balance easily. So from here, I'm like pretty much in the seated position, and then it's easy to just push down and get going. And then you can just turn on your motor, get the pedal assist going, and that's how to mount an e-bike. So other helpful tips, I like to have the seat just low enough that I can balance on my tiptoes. Some bikes, like the Every Journey, the seat you can lower a little more, so you could even, you'd be able to stand with your feet flat on the ground, which is really nice if you are riding in an area with a lot of stop signs or like your route forces you to stop a lot. It's easier if you can stop with your feet all the way on the ground. But if not, I just like to keep the seat at a height where I can balance on my tiptoes at a red light or something like that. And then always remembering to position my pedals so I can take off right away or just hit the throttle right away when I'm ready to go. And for dismounting, same thing, you lean towards the side that you're going to dismount on. So the left, hand on the brake, I swing my leg over the back. Or you can step through, which looks like this. So try out the different methods of mounting and dismounting. Find out what's most comfortable for you, and that's what you can stick to. Or you can mix it up depending on the situation, depending on what you're wearing. If I was biking in a dress, which I don't think I've ever done, then definitely not swinging my leg around the back. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Be sure to send us any other tips or suggestions in the comments. We really like to read through them. It's useful for us and for the other riders as well. And if you have any other e-bike questions or you want to see any other examples, be sure to let us know. We'll definitely do our best to make a video on that and answer all of your questions. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, in our pedalers group for weekly giveaways and a monthly bike giveaway. And don't forget, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride.